you're a creator. You've heard it all, right? The secret hacks, the hidden settings, the magic formula for YouTube growth. Well, what if all of that is just a distraction? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and talk about the one strategy that actually works. This question. We've all been there, haven't we? You type this into the search bar hoping for a simple answer, and what you get is the first step down a very, very confusing path. And right away, you find advice that sounds so technical, so specific, that you think this has to be it. It feels like someone just handed you the secret key to the whole kingdom. But then you keep scrolling, and just a few clicks later, you find the exact opposite. Wait, what? So the key you just found is useless? Which guru is right? Who are you supposed to believe? And welcome to the YouTube rabbit hole. This is that place where you end up spending hours, maybe even days, tweaking little settings instead of actually creating anything. You're just convinced that success is one more tutorial away. But really, it's a huge distraction from the work that truly matters. You know, this whole chase is built on a complete myth. Let's give it a name. We'll call it the magic toggle. It's this idea that your channel's growth is just a technical problem, that somewhere deep in the settings there's a little switch you can flip that's going to unlock a flood of views and subscribers. Well, I've got some news for you. That toggle, it doesn't exist. Chasing all these so-called hacks is a shortcut to one place, and one place only: burnout, not growth. See, the real problem isn't the toggle, it's the entire way we're thinking about it.
So, what if the problem is the question itself? What if how do I get views is the absolute wrong question to be asking? What if we've all been obsessing over the machine when we should have been focused on the person on the other side of the screen?
Okay, this is the aha moment. This is where the whole thing clicks into place. The algorithm isn't some big, scary gatekeeper you have to trick. Think of it more like a mirror. It simply reflects human satisfaction. Its only job, its entire purpose, is to find a viewer something they'll enjoy. It serves the viewer, not the creator. So this really breaks down the two mindsets, the two paths you can take. On one side, you've got the hack mentality. That's all about trying to beat the system. But on the other, you have the craft mentality. And that is the one that actually works. It's all about satisfying the viewer. You stop worrying about keywords and start thinking about storytelling. And you change the question from, how do I get views, to something way more powerful. Why should someone watch? Okay, that sounds great, but how do we actually do that? How do you switch over to this craft mentality? Well, it all comes down to focusing your energy on 3 core pillars. This is where the real work, and trust me, the real growth actually begins. So forget the hacks. These are the 3 fundamentals you need to focus on. Resonance, which is all about making a real connection. Then storytelling, which is how you hold that connection. And finally, continuous improvement, the simple commitment to getting better every single time. Let's break them down. All right, pillar number 1, resonance. Look, this has nothing to do with having the most expensive camera. It's about emotional connection. It's about making content that makes another person feel seen or understood or just makes them laugh. Technical quality is great, but it's the emotional quality that makes people subscribe. So before you even think about hitting that record button, ask yourself these simple questions. Does this video solve a real problem? Is it going to make someone laugh? And maybe most importantly, does it feel authentic to me? If you can honestly say yes, you're on the right track. So you've got that connection, awesome. But how do you hold on to it? Well, that brings us to pillar number 2, storytelling. It is the oldest and most powerful technology for capturing human attention, period. I don't care if you're unboxing a gadget or explaining astrophysics. Every great video has a story. A hook that grabs you, tension that keeps you watching, and a resolution that feels satisfying. And that leads us perfectly to our 3rd and final pillar, continuous improvement. This is so important. Forget trying to make one perfect viral masterpiece. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Just focus on making your next video 1% better than the one before it. That's it. It's these small 1% improvements that really add up over time. They compound. So maybe one week you focus on your lighting. The next, you learn a new trick to tighten your editing. The week after, you just work on sounding a bit more confident. This is how you build a real, sustainable channel that lasts. And you know what? That's really what this all comes down to. The secret to YouTube's success is that there is no secret. There are no shortcuts. There is only the work and falling in love with the process of improving your craft. So I want to leave you with one final question to really think about. Are you building a channel or are you building an audience? Because when you focus on hacks, you're just building a channel. But when you focus on craft, you're building a loyal audience, a community. And that's a foundation that no algorithm change can ever take away from you. Hey, thank you so much for sticking with us through this explainer. If this idea of building skills that matter resonates with you, we'd love for you to visit us over at King's Academy. And honestly, we would love to know what you think about this approach. Let us know down in the comments. Your feedback is super valuable and it really helps us make our future content better.